everybody is born with a little something extra, and sometimes they just have to find it. A little something extra is that superpower that every single one of us has inside that motivates us and drives our passion and makes us do the things that we do.
We're all on the same team. Let's think about how we can make that team as inclusive as we can.
For those of you listening to our podcast right now, you can also check out our video podcast at alittlesomethingextrapodcast.org.
All right, Cheech.
Me and you back in the seat again.
Yay.
I'm excited. I like when we have our podcast
Me
together.
too. Welcome back to our podcast with me, the DJ, of course, and the Funko. The Funko, sorry.
Thank you.
The Funko, and we're here something extra.
We are here on A Little Something Extra. I love it. Me and you back in the driver's seat.
Starring the DJ and the Funko.
Yeah, starring the both of us. It's nice, right? We
Yes.
get to be able to hang out, do our thing. Mom doesn't distract us.
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice. Well, we actually have a great mom and son on the podcast today. I'm really excited to talk with
Me
them. Are
too.
you? Yeah. Should I read a little bio about them before we get into it?
Sure.
Let's do it. Okay, so we are joined today by Courtney and Thomas Hawthorne, or should I say T3. So Thomas and his mom are really awesome. You've probably seen them on social media because a video went really viral of T3 hitting a home run a couple months back, and it's just been circulating like crazy. That's actually how we found them too. And after I saw that video, I was like, we got to get them on. They have such a great platform and such a great story. So to give a little background, Thomas has a condition called Osteogenesis Imperfecta, but it's also more commonly known as brittle bone disease, which is a genetic bone disease characterized by fragile bones that break easily. Though T3 has this diagnosis, he's still your typical 9-year-old boy that loves sports, playing with his friends, hitting dingers, and exploring the world. His mom, Courtney, created this platform to share his story, and we have them here with us today to help in spreading their story as well. So welcome to the show, guys.
Hi. We're excited to be here for sure.
Yeah, we're really excited to have you guys on. I mean, you have done such an incredible job of sharing your family story and of T's story as well. So please share with our audience kind of your whole story and background.
Okay, T3, I knew at an early age that he was a huge jokester, okay? I would just randomly, just being a mom, I needed to make sure my phone had a lot of storage because I was always taking videos,
Of course.
pictures, and he would just be doing the most random, crazy things. So I would just film him a lot. And a few years back, I think we started our Instagram page around 2018, 2017, something like that.
Gotcha.
Just more taking like pictures and videos, just random
sharing life.
and I cooking chicken one night, just salt and pepper, little seasonal, nothing major. And I gave T3 a piece to try, and he just went above and beyond with the taste. He was like, "This is awesome," and he's like 2 at the time.
That's great.
You
Yeah.
And
That's
we
got good
filmed them,
taste.
and it was like one of our first viral videos.
Okay.
So we just continued to make videos and post them. I really wanted to make people laugh with our page.
Yeah. It's huge.
Although a lot of times people look at T3's condition and they want to know updates of things like with surgeries and how he's doing as far as his health. We do post those sometimes, but I really wanted to have his Instagram be more of a positive
Totally.
platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I mean, at the end of the day, T3, you're just another guy. You're just an awesome kid that's living the dream as a 9-year-old, and you want to show that. And then that's really the most important thing. And that's something that I know with Gigi and her platform too. It's not about a diagnosis. It's about celebrating life and having fun. And that's totally what it's all about. And you guys do such a good job in showing that. And I think it's important for people to see too, because like you said, people want to hear updates about like a diagnosis and surgeries and things like that. And that's great because clearly they have a vetted interest and they want to know what's going on. But at the same time, it's so much more important to be able to showcase that, yeah, Thomas is more than a diagnosis. He's a carefree kid having a good time.
For sure. He super big on making people laugh. And I know you'll notice throughout this interview, he's in the camera like, he's really
he knows it too.
Like, I'm like, stop it, quit. And he's like, what? I can see myself, So he's a super big prankster, jokester. He loves cracking jokes. And I noticed like those videos would get the most attention. Yeah. And I'm like, this is awesome. It made us feel good that other people were feeling good and laughing with just the most simple everyday videos. So I really love to put those type of videos out. Give some updates in between, but just make people laugh.
For sure. T3, what do you think about doing all these videos on social media and showing people the life you live?
Good.
It's pretty awesome, for sure. Well, you're definitely a pretty cool kid. I think you do a lot of really cool stuff. And I saw that all the different things that you've been up to on your social media. But I did want to dive in a little bit into just his condition, just so our audience can get a little bit of a background. So can you kind of just talk a little bit about osteogenesis imperfecta or brittle bone disease, and just kind of explain what it is?
Osteogenesis imperfecta is otherwise known as OI.
OI,
just more of
a
there's several different types of OI. T3 has type 3 severe. And OI is a brittle bone disorder that causes his bones to break very easily. I have broken a bone just putting his shoe on when he was younger. He's been sick before, broken a few ribs. That's how easily a bone can be broken. And it is just a genetic disorder that it just kind of happened,
Yeah.
We had the option, me and his dad, early on to get testing to see which one of us held the gene, but we didn't want to have to go through all of that.
Makes sense.
T3 was a blessing. Although he has broken over 100 bones, the guy is still very energetic.
Yeah.
Very funny. He has broken bones, and then the next day he's been in there like, Mom, is this gonna stop me from playing my PS4? I'm like, absolutely not. If you feel like you can play it, you go for it,
Yeah, I love that. Don't let it knock you down.
For
okay.
Sure.
Got it. And is it something that persists more and is when you're young, and then does it kind of get better as you get older, or does it vary? Because I know bones are very brittle when you're young. So.
Yeah, I think it varies. We are part of a community on Facebook where a lot of people, all ages, from all over the world, and I try to watch their journeys because there are some of them adults. So I'm like, I wonder where T3 is going to be at when he's 20, when he's 40.
Yeah.
And some are still going through the same thing. Technology has advanced, so with research and different things advancing, I think T3's had a lot more opportunities to get surgeries and different medicines that weren't available to people that are older. So I think they've had a little bit more complications because they didn't get treatment early on like T3's able to. So I think it varies. Maybe he could, but I don't think that it will get better, but we can we have treatments and different medicines.
Yeah, ways that you can be able to kind of curb it and improve the prognosis. Yeah. As long as he can be able to live the best life he wants to live, that's the most important thing. So T3, you like playing video games? PlayStation, Xbox? What's your favorite game?
2K.
2K? Oh, nice. What's your team? Who do you usually play with?
The Grizzlies.
Grizzlies. So you're a big John Morant fan? Oh, I can understand why. He's the man. He's awesome. I'm excited to see him back in the league again this year. That's awesome. I love 2K. I'm a big basketball fan. Are you happy that the Celtics won the NBA Finals?
No.
Neither am I. I like Luca. I wanted to see the Mavericks win. So Gigi, did you want to get into some of your questions as well?
Sure.
I know that Gigi actually has some questions for T3.
How did you feel you hit first home run?
How did it feel when you hit your home run?
Happy.
Happy? I like when you were running around the bases too. You had perfect stride with your arms too, as you were making your way around.
Is baseball your favorite sport?
Is baseball your favorite sport?
Not really.
Is it basketball?
Football.
Football. Soccer and football. Okay. Nice. Who's the favorite football team?
Cowboys.
Cowboys? Okay. Do you think they're going to play better this year? Do you think they can make the Super Bowl? I think that's every Dallas fan's reaction. I don't know. We'll see how Dak does.
I know about sports. Whatever he tells me, that's who we're rooting for.
Hey, he seems like he's got it down. He understands it all already. What else you got?
What do you like to do for fun?
What do you like to do for fun?
Play my video games.
Play video games? He likes playing 2K, so he likes playing basketball. Nice. Do you play with like your friends too? Do you play online at all? Yeah?
Play online.
Nice. That's awesome.
You
You'd
like-
probably beat me pretty bad.
You like different ones. You like.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You might have to play sometime. Yeah.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
An NFL star.
An NFL star. Okay. Are you going to play for the Cowboys too?
I don't know.
I think you could. It could be fun.
Courtney, if you had one message to the world, what would it be?
Yeah, Courtney, if you had one message to the world, what would it be?
I think it would probably be to not let anything stop you from doing what you want to do. I've learned with T3 that anything can be adaptive. Okay, we try to find a way for anything. If he's like, I want to do this, okay, well, let's try to figure out how we can get it done.
Totally.
It's not what he can't do, it's about what he can do. So we don't have disabilities, we have abilities. Okay.
Absolutely.
I think we're so used to seeing what people can do, but we've never stopped and said, well, let's try to make this to where he can do it. And I think the message would be just to don't stop doing what you feel like you want to do just because you're used to seeing someone do it a certain kind of way.
Yeah, it's about overcoming barriers. It's huge.
For
And I mean, life's going to, I mean, regardless of where you're at, who you are, life's going to throw you those roadblocks. And it's really about how you overcome them and make it your own. And I think, yeah, you guys are definitely doing that. Thomas is definitely doing that. He's doing a great job with it. He's showing that nothing's going to stop him, because that's crazy. I mean, the idea that, you know, you can get knocked down, you break 100 bones, and it just isn't going to affect your morale at all. I mean, we can all learn from that. It's amazing. And I'm sure you learn from him every day.
Yes, for sure. And I know the home run video that went viral, we are a part of a league here in Waco that does adaptive sports. He's born and he wants to show you.
Oh, there it is.
It's
Show it off, T3.
It's a league that's called Challenger Little League.
Yeah.
And they have their own field here, and they do adaptive baseball for kids like T3. So it didn't matter if we had surgery, if we had a cast on one leg, one arm, it didn't matter, which those things have happened to us.
Yeah.
And he wasn't prevented from playing. They were just like, come on. And we will adapt the day based off of what he's going through. And that's something I love, because sometimes he will be down for a month or two with surgery or a break. And he didn't have to stop living life just because that was happening. So shout out to Challenger Little League for sure for being a light.
Yeah.
Limitations. Yeah. So he played football right before baseball with the organization here called No Limitations, and they do football, soccer,
and baseball and cheerleading.
Yep. And cheerleading
nice. So you can get into all of them. That's great.
Sure. Oh, he's like, not cheerleading.
Not cheerleading. No, you want to stick with with those main sports. I get it. I played all the same sports as you. That's awesome. Yeah, football was always my favorite too.
I was a cheerleader once.
You did do cheerleading. You also did baseball and
Yeah.
a couple other different sports
Well,
also.
not baseball, but just basketball.
And basketball too. Yeah. It's tough. But it's
Special-
great. It's great that there's these leagues out there that make it so inclusive.
Special Olympics.
And with Special
So,
Olympics, yeah. That could really introduce it like that because then it allows everyone to be able to play these games because they're so much fun. And the ability to be able to make the friendships, because that's really the most important part, especially at T3's age. That's what sports are about. It's about being around others, making friends, and then just celebrating those successes. So it's huge in that development.
So many friends. He's been introduced to a lot of things from the sports. They have another game, which the season has ended.
Yeah.
It ended June 2nd was his last game, but he had surgery, so they had a game on June 8th that he wasn't able to attend to. He wasn't able to attend.
Yeah.
But they called. Well, they sent an email. Sorry, they sent an email and they asked could he be a part of a game on July 21st. And we agreed. Of course, he was excited about that.
Yeah.
July 21st, we'll have a game, and then they said ESPN might be there, so that was super exciting.
He's like, what?
That was super exciting. So we'll be baseball again this year, July 21st. Yeah. So.
Awesome. You're gonna have to get on Sports Center's top 10. Hit another home run during that game. You'll get on there.
Like a TV network.
Sports Center it's on ESPN.
Yes.
It's a show on ESPN. They show like the top highlights in all of sports. And, whether it's in baseball, football, basketball, soccer, it doesn't matter. So the best things that are happening in sports. So we got to get you on there. That's awesome. So July 21st. Okay, we'll be looking out, see what happens. And then, Courtney, I have another question for you too. What is, and because we have a lot of moms that listen to our show, coming from all different types of backgrounds, whether they may have a kid with special abilities or not, or just really so just from a mom's standpoint, what has been your kind of like guiding practice or like the way that you've approached parenting T3 and what your like philosophy is?
Listen, every day is something new. T3's 9, and I tell you what, I am learning something new every day. I think when I first found out that Thomas would have something different, I felt like just being transparent here, I was sad. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to instantly try so many things to try to fix something. But the moment that I stopped trying to fix something and started to adapt myself to what was going on, life was so much better.
Absolutely.
Okay. Listen, T3's been a blessing. He's been a blessing. We've been in rooms that I never thought we would be in because of just him being himself. So if I could tell moms one thing, it would be to stop trying to change people to see him in a different way, or stop trying to change your child. Just live life and you will have some of the best experiences for sure.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, you got me tearing up too, but it's so true. I mean, it is so true. I mean, God has sent everyone here for a reason, and we got to be able to and you got to celebrate the fact that you have them and that you have T3 sitting right there dancing in front of you. And that's what it's all about, is appreciating what you have and accepting and loving and just never having to constantly search for those answers. I mean, you're spot on. That is the best advice you could possibly give.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, got me a little emotional, but I think it's a good segue into our main question of our podcast. So our podcast is called a little something extra. Yep. And your little something extra, everybody has it. It's that superpower. It's that guiding force in your life that motivates you to change the world or change perspectives. So for you, Courtney, what is your something extra?
I think it would be my strength. Would be my little something extra. I never knew how much strength I had.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that is so. It's not cliche. It's not.
No, not at all.
You know, a person never know how much strength you have as a mom, as a woman, until you are faced with some really tough, decisions, or moments. And I'd say my strength. I did ask T3, from that question I asked T3 this little something extra, and he had something long to say. You want to tell him what your little something extra? He said his little something extra was his flexibility.
Your flexibility. Yeah. I love it. It's a great one to have. Exactly. Both physically and mentally too. And just being able to, at any curveball that might happen, you could be able to adjust, and then you can hit it out of the park. Yes,
for sure. With his condition, having fractured so many bones, it causes a lot of flexibility. So he was like, I could put my leg up on my head. I can
touch your ear.
Yeah. So his flexibility, his little something extra, I think my strength would be mine. I
love that. Strength and flexibility. That's beautiful. Well, Gigi, do you have anything else before we sign off with our amazing guests today?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Or do you have maybe some tips that you want to give?
Did you say tips?
I did say tips.
Tips!
All right, Gigi. What are your tips for today?
For staying strong.
Your tips are for staying strong. All right, let's hear them.
Always work hard for what you want.
Okay.
Know your strengths. They are your superpower.
Know your strength. They're your superpower. Beautiful.
Stay positive even when it's hard.
Stay positive even when it's hard. Mm-hmm.
Never give up.
Never give up.
Don't let other people tell you what you can do. Show them what you can do.
There you go. Don't let them tell you what you can't do. Show them what you can do. Yep.
That's right.
I think those are some good tips. I think that you exemplify those tips every single day. Both of you guys do.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
We appreciate you guys coming on. Is there anything that you guys want to say or discuss before we sign off today?
Is there anything? No.
He's like, no, I got it all out. I got 2K waiting now. It's summer vacation. I gotta jump on.
And we really appreciate it. Like I said, this is our first podcast we've done, so we were both pretty nervous before, but everything was so casual and just like you said, just having a conversation. It was I am glad this was our first podcast to be a part of. It's really awesome.
That's the thing. When you're doing a podcast, being authentic is the best way to approach it. And you guys show your authenticity and who you guys are every single day. So there was no doubt that this was going to be a breeze for you guys. And we really appreciate you guys coming on. And it was great to meet you, T3. You're a huge inspiration, man. So I hope you know that and you keep doing what you're doing. You're definitely helping people see the important things in life. That's for sure. And Mom, you too.
We appreciate it.
Thank you guys for joining us on a little something extra. And we will see you guys again soon.
All right. Thank you. Bye, Gigi.
Bye.
Bye.
Everybody is born with a little something extra, and sometimes they just have to find it. A little something extra is that superpower that every single one of us has inside that motivates us and drives our passion and makes us do the things that we do.
We're all on the same team. Let's think about how we can make that team as inclusive as we can.
For those of you listening to our podcast right now, you can also check out our video podcast at alittlesomethingextrapodcast.org.